What's up? This is Jordan Wagner with PremierGuitar.com here with Peter Adams and John Baizley, the band Baroness. How you guys doing?
All right. Good to see you, man.
Thanks.
Good.
So you guys are out on tour right now. Can you go ahead and describe to us what you're using live for the tour right now?
Right now I'm playing through a Bad Cat, a Hot Cat. It's a 100-watt head, and a Mad Amp 4x12 cabinet. And I'm running your basic pedals, like stuff I can pick up anywhere, Boss pedals and MXR stuff. And for an overdrive, I'm using a full-tone OCD. And then from there, the guitars I'm playing are First Act guitars and Les Paul Classics. So that right there really is as basic as it gets for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your First Act, like how it came into being?
We were contacted about it, and just, really, it was just like, give us your specs, and tell us what kind of guitar that you want and that you want to play, and and filled out the specs, to what I thought I wanted, as close as I could, get it in my own little noodle here, and they got it 99% on. It's great. It plays great, and after I wore the frets down a little bit, and just really broke it in, it feels good now, and I love playing it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now you get some pretty crazy effects, or effects on your records and live. Is there any detail you can give us on the actual pedals that you're using?
Wow. One that stood out. Well, the two that really stood out with me. Maybe three, maybe four. We use so many effects. we use effects for fun, and just we laid out when we were recording just rows of effects, and just had fun with some stuff, But we didn't want to go to the point where we're like, oh wow, we really can't duplicate this at all live. This is so crazy and just so out there that. So the stuff we improvise on stage with the stuff that we've got. The Electro Harmonics Hog, we used that. It was awesome. And we had a lot of fun with that. And that was a Mooger Fugger. Then we used the Mooger Fugger. That was fun. And then we used another one that stands out as the Retrosonic Chorus pedal is awesome. And that right there alone just those pedals stand out for me as far as what I've enjoyed, using on this last record.
Can you tell us a little bit about your rig, John?
Yeah, my rig's not too dissimilar from Pete's. Also play a Bad Cat head. It's a 50-watt Lynx, which has got 2 channels on it, which has been a little bit of a change for me. I can get a little more comprehensive array of sounds. I'm playing right now a couple different guitars on this tour in particular. I'm playing a Guild SD 300. I'm playing Gibson Les Paul Custom, but I'm relying pretty heavily on the First Act that I had built for me, which is just it's a totally custom guitar. And as far as effects, I generally change everything up for every tour, just so that things don't get too boring for me. Like Pete said, we like to leave some things up to chance. So on this tour, I've got maybe 75% full pedal board. The set we're given is a little bit shorter, so we no need bringing a full outboard computer system on tour. But I'm using an Ernie Ball volume pedal, full tone OCD distortion. I've got 2 delays. I've got a Boss Digital Delay 3 and one of the big Maxon AD999 delay, analog delay. So I've got a digital and an analog delay. I've got a Blackout Effectors Whetstone phaser. I also use a Blackout Effectors. It's two pedals in one. It's a fixed fuzz on one side of the pedal and a musket fuzz on the other side of the pedal, and those are my fuzz tones. I use the Retrosonic Chorus vibrato. I'm sure there's something else. What am I leaving? Oh, I use one of the EHX Pogs for some of the cathedral organ type sounds. But to me, these things are real fluid. They're real tenuous. So, as I said, I kind of switch them out on some tours so that what we do, some of the in-between song stuff that we do, doesn't get too stale, and it's not always just a phaser with some delay or something like that. So I've also got an MXR Blue Box on this tour, and a Catalan Bred tremolo, which I haven't been using too much on this tour in particular, but. All those pedals are for the most part, by and large, true bypass, sort of boutique shop type pedals. if one of them went down on me, I could easily replace it with something more standard from a Guitar Center or Sam Ash type thing. But I like to get down on the ground, get my hands dirty, and turn the knobs until something weird happens, until something magical to my ears happens on stage. Okay. So what happens is that every night, hopefully we're playing a different type of set, and we can control that with these little guys, with our guitars, and with some of the improv stuff that we do. Given that we use so many we utilize so many of the smaller companies with our gear, and some of the more niche-oriented effects, guitars, and amps. All you got to do is open up our record, and I've listed everything pretty exhaustively. So anybody that's curious about that type of stuff, check it out, because there are great small companies making far superior pedals to the ones that you buy at Guitarget, and
absolutely. No, and that's the thing is there are some great pedal makers out there that no one knows about yet, and they are truly the best pedals I've heard, in years, and they're great, and they're workhorses, and they're great for touring, and they're great for the studio. They do both. Blackout Effects, being one of them. They're great pedals. John stomps them every single night of the year. We stomp them in the studio, whatever. They're awesome. They're awesome effects.
So where can people go to find more information about your band if they're unfamiliar with it?
Well, we have, of course, Facebook. You can check it out there. You can also check out myspace.com/yourbaroness. And, if you just Google Baroness, I think you can find stuff. And we've got a lot of, and we've got a lot of stuff on YouTube. And we've got there's loads of videos, some great, some not so great. That's, I guess, for them to decide. But yeah, there's plenty of places where you can check Baroness out on the web.
Well, thank you so much for your time, guys.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great. Baroness's 4th full-length record, the Blue Record, is out in stores right now. Go check it out. It's awesome. This is Jordan Wagner, and you're watching PremierGuitar.com.